Welcome back everyone to more of our custom career mode and VR gameplay. We're fresh off of a 75 lap race at Lanier Raceplex where it was a lot of fun. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. That short of a track, I was expecting more contact and a little bit of chaos, quite frankly, from the AI. But that's not what we got. It was a lot of fun, close quarter racing. I mean, we definitely had some contact, but overall, much less contact than I was expecting, much better racing than I was expecting, and certainly a better finish than I was expecting. So we came home 15th in the race. We had a total of 4 incidents, so I doubled that to make it 8. It still didn't cost us very much money, but now with that new sponsor giving us nearly $4,700 per race, we can really start to make some headway into our first goal, which we'll take a look at here in a second. But also take note of our bonus money. Hey, I mean, everything is going up. The better we finish, the more money we make. And of course, that's only going to continue as we get better and better. So keep in mind, all of this right now is assuming that we run 35 races in our first season. That's not really my plan, but we'll see how it all goes. That's the reason I've left it here for now, is because, hey, I'm open to pretty much anything. We can make this work however we want. And that's part of the fun of a custom career mode. So our average finish is doing great. We're now 16.5 on our average finish. We've had a couple of lower points, but that's to be expected in a career. In fact, I would have expected more of those to this point in the season. So now let's take a look at, now that we have an idea of where we are, you can see Gateway here is already loaded up. I've already changed the drop down to race 8. Our total income, $51,800. Total expenses, $12,500. We are sitting very nice so far this season, but if we hop into the classified tab, you can see our balance right now, a little over $84,000, and our first goal is $252,000. The reason I call it our first goal is because this would give us an age 10 car, which we have a couple of options on what to do with. We could use it as the spreadsheet is designed for, which would be that the AI is much more difficult as this is a much older car in terms of technology, and you would be much slower in relation to the AI. You would finish near the back or at the back in nearly all of the races. Or my idea of using this would be to say, well, instead of an age 10 car meaning that, let's instead take that to mean we're purchasing fewer chassis and we're going to concentrate and specialize on just one type of track. In our case, I would think the downforce tracks, 1.5 miles, 1.3 miles, those types of tracks where we could use that single chassis and really focus in on having a lot of fun until we could earn enough money to run the full series schedule. So everything is wide open, but that gives you an idea of what we're looking at this point. Now, in today's video, we're headed to Gateway or Worldwide Technology. But of course, I've known it as Gateway for so long, I just simply put Gateway in here. This is a track that's actually a little bit over a mile. It races very much like a short track though, with the tight corners, particularly 1 and 2. It is a lot of fun. Now, the real question is, what kind of speed are we going to have? Because of those long straightaways, if we get the AI difficulty too high, we simply won't be able to keep up and they'll blow by us on the straightaways. If we get it too low, obviously we'll run through the field very easily. So I'll do some practice and hopefully, like with New Hampshire, we can find a good starting point for our very first race at Gateway. Hey guys, before we hop into the Gateway footage, I found out after the fact that the Gateway recording did not have any image stabilization applied. Normally, all of the footage you guys see through VR has an image stabilization applied through the Oculus software. This image stabilization helps to steady the VR camera, which unfortunately puts a considerable amount of head movement. That is not the same as what I see through the VR camera, but instead you get a lot of head movement and it can be very dizzying and makes some people sick. The Oculus software does a fantastic job of getting rid of that, but for whatever reason, that image stabilization was not applied. So what I did in order to be able to show you guys the gateway footage is to apply the image stabilization on the back end through the editing software, which is not the same thing. So when you watch the gateway race and you notice that the footage looks a little different, maybe not quite as smooth as what you're used to, that will be the reason. So enjoy the race, but keep in mind it's going to look a little different than what we're used to. All right, folks, here we go. 35 laps at Gateway or Worldwide Technology Raceway, if you prefer. Looking around, seeing the beautiful crowd we have here today. Hope you guys enjoy the action. Now, I can tell you that this is not my first time to start this race. It's my second. And the reason I restarted is because it has been absolute carnage with the AI. I'm still confused as to how we got there. All right, but I had to restart because we couldn't get more than a lap in of green without a wreck and just simple carnage and caution flags. And of course, caution flags do not count right now in our series. We may have to change that, who knows. But we got 35 laps on the schedule. We're starting at the back, and if practice is any indication, then we can't keep up.
Getting ready here.
We were at the back of the field, not the very back, but essentially we were at the back. And this is one of those tracks, I believe, that's going to be like New Hampshire, where in order to get smooth performance, where we can actually compete for maybe a top 10, top 5, and so forth, if we're going to be at all strong, then we're going to have to reduce the AI skill spread. But we're still running 60 of 95, 62 95, I should say, for the skill spread. So let's just see how things turn out here. I'm certainly hoping we can have some better racing than the first time I attempted this thing, because it did not go well at all.
Outside.
All right, so we're on the bottom. 3 wide. Okay, that's not exactly what we were hoping for, but see if we can make it work here.
Hold your line. Got one outside. Still there.
Oh, please don't get me. 28 there.
3 wide. You're on the bottom. Hold your line.
Trying to give them room.
Outside. Still there. Stay on the bottom. 3 wide. You're on the bottom. Hold your line. Got one outside. Still there. Keep to the bottom.
All right, there we go. So we made it through that 3 wide miss.
Clear.
So I'm just hoping we can actually run some green flag laps. So I'm not sure.
Outside.
Maybe it was just a glitch.
Clear outside.
You know, every once in a while, you load up the track and it doesn't quite go according to plan. Maybe that's what this was.
Stay on the bottom. 3 wide.
And
You're
once
on the
again,
bottom.
yep, we're going to be 3 wide here on the bottom.
Hold your
It's a
line.
pretty cool feeling, I must say.
Outside. Still there. 3 wide. You're on the bottom.
As long as it doesn't lead to
Hold your
complete
line.
carnage.
Outside. Still there. Stay on the bottom. Slow car ahead. Go low.
Oh, look out.
Yellow,
we got a
yellow,
big
yellow.
wreck.
Line up single file.
We got
Pit road is
a
closed.
big wreck right there. And the caution, of course, immediately comes out. Well, that's not what I was looking for. We're going to try to make this work because I love this track.
11 shot.
All right, it's not telling me to let anybody by right now, so we'll just try to catch up a little bit. Wow, that was anything but what I was hoping for. This is what I was, quite frankly, worried about at Lanier.
Pit road is now
This is
open.
what I thought might happen at Lanier, but something happened off of turn 2. These guys got all kinds of crossed up. In fact, you can see a couple of guys were going really slow over there now. I'm going to try to give them plenty of room because I don't know what these guys are going to do.
Pasta 288 car. Pasta 18 car.
All right, there we go. So are we good now? Single file, don't let anybody by, don't pass anybody. Okay, we're good. At least for now. Maybe I should have done single file restarts because this has just been chaos. Something on the exit of 2 they do not like. And they get all bottled up there, people up against the wall. We got wrecks. I think I briefly saw as we were going by that wreck that one of the cars was in the air. So yeah, the AI here could use some work based on what I've seen so far. Now, this is my first racing at this track. I don't think I've done any other races here with any of the other divisions, even in the past. At least I don't remember doing it, but I love this track, so I really hope this works out. Maybe we can get under green, get things spread out a little bit, and actually start to get some good racing. Because I really want to leave this track on the schedule. The last thing I want is to have to remove this track from the schedule for AI issues. That would make me sad. Very sad. It does, however, give us an opportunity to talk a little bit about where I am with VR right now. I've mentioned that, like, I love the experience. The level of immersion is simply unparalleled for me. Right now, before VR, I've been racing on a single monitor, but in the past I've used triple monitors, and nothing can touch the immersion of VR. Even though right now I can't even run the Oculus at its maximum resolution. The maximum resolution is something like 1.6 or 1.7. I forget the actual numbers. Are we on the inside? Yeah. Had to look up for a second there to make sure. But I can't even run the max resolution. I've had to turn that down. I have been able to run it in testing. But when I'm trying to record and everything, it's just too much stress on the PC. But if I just test with it and reduce the number of AI, then we can do it. And it looks really good. So even at a reduced resolution that I'm running now for recording, it still looks great to me. Obviously not perfect. I'm seeing jagged lines. I'm seeing, some of the things you would expect to see in VR right now, but the immersion is unparalleled. None of that detracts from my enjoyment of VR. I can't speak for anyone else who has or is using VR in their experiences, but for me, I'm very happy to be doing this right now on a 6 to 7 year old PC and a 1070 graphics card that is anything but top of the line. All right, here we go.
Green. You're in the top 20, outside.
All right, turn 1, I heard him say top 20. That's not really what we're concerned about right now. Oh, we're 3 wide. Please make it through turns 1 and 2. Please, please.
Top, outside.
I mean, you could say I was off the gas. I was basically expecting them to wreck. That's kind of where I'm at with this track right now. Oh, more 3 wide up there, which would normally be a great thing.
Still there.
But it's only great if you guys can actually survive. If you can't survive it, it's no good.
Got one outside. Keep low. Still there.
Okay, are we actually going to get some green flag racing? I hope so. We got 35 laps here, folks.
To the bottom.
Let's all just chill out a little bit. Find our lane. Well, one thing I see is that these guys on the top are running like literally the top of the track.
Got one outside.
I know you're trying to give each other room, but my goodness.
Keep low. Stay low. Go to the top. Got one outside. Keep to the bottom.
This is wild. I'm actually able to keep up. Because like I said, in practice, that was not the case.
Still there.
We were at the back of the field, and these guys, the faster guys for sure, were just blowing my doors off.
Around the bottom.
Here we go. Oh, 3 wide. Here I was talking about 3 wide, and I'm the one putting us 3 wide.
Outside, still there. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Got one outside, still there.
Luckily for me,
you're on the bottom, outside,
the AI really don't use
keep low. Clear outside.
that bottom groove in 1 and 2.
Got one outside.
Okay, so we're back down to 2 by 2.
Low. Still there. Clear outside.
Yeah, this thing gets really loose on the exit of 4. The exit of 2 is the opposite. It gets really tight over here because of the radius of this corner. when I'm pushing hard. Ooh, I thought I saw that guy was already on our outside.
Got one outside.
Now he is.
Stay low. Clear.
All right, let's see if we can stay in the gas here. Yeah, we're clear now. Yeah, he didn't get through 3 and 4 nearly as well as we did. We're sitting here in, I believe that was 17th. Oh, good corner there. We're going to pull to the inside, maybe? No, couldn't quite get there. It's not yet. It should give us position, though.
Got one outside.
Into 3.
Keep low.
Drove it in there a little bit different.
Clear outside.
Yeah, a little bit deeper there. Woo, yep, a little twitchy there. That's okay, we can handle that. As long as it keeps rotating. I can deal with a little bit of the twitchiness. Alright, so it seems like we might have worked through some of the AI issues. Hopefully I didn't just jinx that. But we're sitting here in 16th position, 10 laps in. Very wide sweeping corner here. You can use a lot of throttle. Right now I'm trying to keep the right rear tire on it coming off the corner. Still like using this bottom here in 1 and 2 overall. There's definitely grip up higher where they're running. But I like running that bottom, particularly because they're not using it. Okay, so far so good. Actually, it looks like we've got a little bit of our own asphalt here. The guys in front of us have a little bit more speed than we do. We're not really running them down right now. But at the same time, the guys behind us are a good bit behind us. Relatively speaking, of course. All right, good to see that 04 running good. Used to see him, at least I was expecting to see him, much closer toward the back of the field. So good run for him. Look at that high side up there that they're running. I mean, that is way up there. Without some resin or something, I don't see any reason to be up there, and I don't see any resin on the track. All right, so we're closing in a little bit here on the 04. Let's see how our speed holds up for the entirety of the race. Again, hoping we get some good green flag racing here, which I did not get in the initial start of this race. So once again, we're pulling ahead of the guys behind.
Outside. Stay low.
Really like running that bottom through 1 and 2. It just doesn't give me the momentum quite that I need. Let's see. Oh, he opened it up. He gave me the entry there on the bottom.
Keep low.
Try to work that throttle
Stay on the
here
bottom.
while trying to keep that right rear
Clear
under
outside. 20 to go to strike.
All right, let's see. He should have momentum coming down the straight.
Outside.
Well, I thought he would have already been farther up next to me there. But we should be able to clear him here going through 3 and 4. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we can see if we can set sail and maybe leave him behind us. Oh, look out. These guys are trying to wreck up here. Boy, they ran it into one deep. Yeah, let's get away from those guys. They're dangerous.
Keep to the bottom.
The funny thing is,
Outside.
whenever I see behavior like this, I generally start thinking about maybe I've overdone the ratings. Maybe gotten, you know, the aggression too high or something along those lines, but I don't have anything that aggressive in this set. I've backed off of all of those maximum values to try to avoid just such a situation. Am I clear? I think I am. But I couldn't tell and didn't remember hearing him say clear, so I just didn't take the chance. But when we can get some good, clean green flag racing, this is an amazing track to run. Different grooves available to you, as we've seen, about halfway through this race. But different grooves available. Particularly down here in 1 and 2 that we just left. I mean, that is, you've got plenty of room down there to run really 3 wide if you wanted to. Right down on here on this white line through 3 and 4, but you can move up off of that for sure and be fast. All right, so I've been able to keep pace with these guys, which has been surprising to me. For one, Derek Thorne there in front of us, I would have expected him to be much closer to the front. I mean, I know we're having a good run right now, but we're not that good right now. I want to get there, but we're not there yet.
Outside. Clear outside. Got one outside. Clear outside.
So what I really want to do is have position on them on the entry of 3 so that we can have the bottom, because it seems like that's where we're really beating these guys, is through 3 and 4. So if I can get position on the bottom through here.
Got one outside. Clear outside. Got one outside. Stay on the bottom.
Then we should be able to clear them through 1 and 2.
Stay on the bottom.
All right, can we keep enough momentum here for 3? I think we can. Yeah, okay, yeah, we were there. You can see he's not giving me a whole lot of room, and I like it. He's forcing me to work for this thing.
Keep low.
You can see we've got the momentum coming off of 4.
Push to stop. Got one outside. Clear. Got one outside.
Oh, just could not get
Stay
through
low.
1 and 2 there.
Clear.
Yeah, could not get through there.
Outside.
This is some fun racing
Clear.
right here, because he's not giving me a whole lot of room here on the bottom. All right, let's try 1 and 2 again. Maybe we can get through here a little bit
Got
better
one
this
outside.
time.
Stay on the bottom. Stay on the bottom. Stay low.
Oh,
Clear.
like he was shot out of a cannon right there. We're still trying to keep our nose in here. Let's see, is Cale Gale there on our outside? No, he is not. Yeah, he's getting off of 2. Much better than me right now. as the tires start to wear a little bit and we're starting to lose a little bit of grip, I'm just too tight based on the line I'm running through 1 and 2 to compete with him. But 3 and 4 we can still compete with him. Well, at least I thought we could. Maybe we can't now.
10 laps to go.
All right, 10 laps to go. Try to let their car drift a little bit middle of the corner, diamond it just a little bit. I feel like we're still doing okay. I mean, Kale Gale can't do anything with us. And Thorn is not running away from us. All right, there we go. That was a little bit better 3 and 4 for us. You can see he's not going anywhere really, but I just can't really run him down. Let's try to run a little bit higher line here like they do, a little bit anyway. Try to get a little bit more speed through there. Maybe we can inch forward and get closer to him. Love it when the tires start to wear. You really have to work those pedals. It's my favorite time of the race. Okay, so I got much closer to him on the entry, and you can see now we're able to hang with him a little bit better. All right, let's go in a little bit higher here. In 3, try to cut across the track maybe on the exit, carry some more speed. All right, that worked out beautifully. We got a nice run on him here. I'm gonna back out of it a little bit though. Let's see, can we get some momentum? Because where I really want to be next to him, no, it didn't work. Where I really want to be next to him is on the entry of 3. All right, so once again, I'm going to let it come up a little bit off the white line. Yeah, we're beating him through 3 and 4. I just need to figure out what we can do in 1 and 2. All right, that was a much better 1 and 2 for us. I'm just going to have to follow him up on the high side if I can. All right, let's see what we can do here. Oh, drove it in there way deep.
Clear. Got one outside. Stay on the bottom.
No, couldn't quite handle the speed I needed to there. We still are side by side with him.
Right. Stay low. Clear.
Oh, seriously? We were clear? We're not now. Can't imagine we are anyway. Yeah, here he comes. All right, but we're still in good shape.
Stay on the bottom. Keep to the bottom. Keep low.
Okay, good.
Good stop. Got one outside.
Oh.
Clear outside.
Can we move up and take his line? Nope, not quite.
Outside.
I was hoping we were going to hear clear going into 1, and I was going to slide up the track and take his line away. But we didn't quite get there.
Stay on the bottom. Keep low.
All right, I see him inching back forward.
Clear. Outside.
Yeah, he said clear. It hasn't said outside yet, but I didn't believe him. Oh, this is so close. I just can't quite generate enough momentum to clear him. And then find out what we have for him if I can get clear. Oh, this is our best run through 3 and 4. Woo!
Outside.
Oh, I was really wanting to slide up
Stay
there.
low. Stay low.
And I mean, really wanted to there. But this is so much fun. This is what it's all about.
Keep to the bottom. White flag next time I have a stripe.
All right, it's coming down to the end here.
Keep low.
Oh,
Clear.
right there, trying to use every bit of the pavement I could. Come on, baby, let's get through here.
Outside. Clear.
Well, that's not what was going to get it
Outside.
done.
Stay on the bottom. Clear to the top.
Oh, that's not what I needed. Not what I needed. All right, one more
Got one
shot.
outside. Clear to the top.
All right, come on, let's get a run off of 3. Through 3 and 4. Woo! Nope, just wasn't quite there. Oh, so close.
There's a flag.
So
It's
close.
over.
But I couldn't
Bring it on
quite
home and let's get out of here.
clear him, and ultimately the outside prevailed. Woo! All right, so let's go ahead and pull over. And let's see what we got here. Go ahead and pull over and see where we finished. So we finished 13th position. I like it. That is so far from where I thought we were going to be based on practice. So 13th position and a great race there at the end. That's everything you could want from a race other than, obviously, to win it. So some great racing. The AI finally got their act together and we got some green flag racing. So finally 35 laps under green, 13th position. Very little contact really to speak of. I'm a happy man. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and stick around for more custom career mode and VR gameplay.